Your name?
Hi, I'm Charlie Roboteau, and I work here at Scribe in the tech department as a tech coordinator. This is a VHS-C tape. We're going to put it into this converter so it can be played through a VCR. Gonna pop it in here. We have all types of different machines for different media formats, obsolete media formats, so that we can digitize through this system into a computer. Okay, closing that. Wish me luck. We're going to pop this in here. Okay, playing the tape. Let's see what we got. Ah, there you go. Okay. The damage on the tape is making it hard to keep a digital signal coming through. So far so good on this one. It's amazing what is possible now with digital video. It's been completely revolutionized from back in the times of these tapes. I don't know when this is, but it looks familiar to me. When I was young, when I was your age, in my teenage years, we were recording onto VHS as well, and it was great. It was amazing that we could have access to cameras and kind of record our own movies and tell our own stories. Back then in the 90s, you had to have the cameras were more expensive. You had to have editing decks, video editing decks, where you could, basically a studio to do all that. Whereas now all you need is a laptop or an iPad or an iPhone, or any phone, any digital phone, any smartphone you can edit video on. Video has become a whole lot more accessible, and the quality is just, leaps and bounds above what it was 2 decades ago when these videotapes were being recorded. But there is something to be said for the kind of the quality of the video. It's nostalgic and speaks to the time to me. It's nice to see.
I'm the technical director. I deal with the equipment here. I also deal with the archives. So we have a massive amount of tapes in our archive. So we're going through all the old material to digitize it and preserve it, because the tapes age and they deteriorate, and if you want to keep them and be able to watch them, at this point you really have to digitize. Alright, so here we have a video camera, which is DV cam is the format. So DV cam, what it come into use in the 80s, early 90s, and it's a digital video format. So it is tape, but it's using digital signal to record onto the tape instead of analog signal. So let's just look at the tape real quick. DV cam tape, and this is the size of it. Mini DV is a much more common format. A lot of people used it all through the 90s, early 2000s. DV cam is less common, it's more of a professional format, so TV people wouldn't use this format. Here's the camera, which still turns on. And it's a pretty professional camera because you can change all the settings that you need to: shutter speed, gain, white balance, has audio inputs, has a zoom lens. Here's where you'd load in the DV tape. Here's your battery in the back, as well as your XLR audio inputs. And yeah, this is a pretty great camera. Probably still works. I should test it out and see what it does. We don't really use a lot of the older cameras and tape formats for projects anymore, but we keep them because we know that there might be use for them, and we might have to play an old tape in them. We might have to use a piece of old equipment that's obsolete at some point. But really the more important thing is to preserve the tape material itself. The tape material is deteriorating quickly at this point, so preservationists, archivists are really emphasizing that you need to digitize as soon as you can. It's expensive, it takes a lot of equipment to digitize well, so usually people are relying on grants to help them do that. And it's a challenge because, you know, material is getting thrown out in the trash, and we lose a lot of stuff every year. Preservation is important. I think people who work in film and media should know all of these different formats exist. They should know how they work, why one tape format is different than another, and which ones are deteriorating the fastest.
It's incredibly important to be able to access this footage, this history, and to do that you have to have access to the equipment, the players, the tapes. So yeah, maintaining old obsolete technology and preserving video capture from back in the day is really important, so people can go back and look at and access their memories and their stories. It's very important.
So here at Scribe, we're definitely, it's a big part of what we do to preserve the past and look at the past, and all of our projects look at history, and so we need to preserve the history that we have on tape because we might lose some of that as we go. And those are important things to know when you're going back and looking at old tapes, because you want to save the stuff that's gonna be gone sooner.